In addition to the specific types of graphics that I've shown you how to create in this bonus series, there are really so many other kinds that you can make using MoonPixlar. I want to demonstrate one of these for you in this training lesson, but I also wanted to point out where you can find a lot of these other what I would call creative niche graphics. You have certain things like ad images, where a lot of these images are designed to be used on, say, a Facebook fan page, where you have different layouts like these. Maybe you have some kind of teaser like this, 30 marketing tips for beginners, where you gear this towards whatever your niche is. There's all kinds of different stuff like this that this software can create under the ad images, under the social media, and even under the miscellaneous. I'd highly encourage you to check out all these different options to see the different themes and templates that are available for you. The one in particular that I'm going to be creating here for you today is called a periscope graphic. I'm just going to title this one Periscope Graphic and enter in to start creating it. Now with these Periscope graphics, they can be used for a wide variety of different purposes. You could use them on social media pages. For example, something like this could be the cover art for a Facebook group. You could also use it the same way on YouTube as the channel art for a YouTube channel. You can also use these as just a way to create a more professional looking website where you have these different, perhaps informative graphics on different pages throughout your site that each pertain to a particular topic. In addition to making your site look good and look more professional by creating and using this type of stuff, it can also help with search rankings. The rankings that you're targeting with the article content on any given page can be enhanced by creating relational images to go along with it. It can also help you to bring in more traffic from Google image search by creating your own unique graphics. Well, with this specific type, the Periscope graphic here, if you look through all of the different possibilities, for the most part, they involve a couple of main elements. Most of them have some kind of a background image, and then a lot of them use a variety of different shapes. Like this one here is using this large colored rectangle, and then you often have text that is going along with each of them. When you're trying to find one that you want to use for your own website, pay more attention to the overall design. It's going to help you to get to the final product that you're looking to create a lot easier. What I mean by that is, on this one, I have the background image, I have this box off to the left, I have this text over here. It's fine if I want to change colors. It's fine if I want to change the text that is shown on the page. But it's going to make it easier for me if I don't have to be rearranging things such as the overall design of this template. Like this box right here. If I move this somewhere else, I'm going to have to move all these different text items. I'm going to have to make sure they're all recentered properly. Whereas it would just be a lot easier, maybe if I wanted the information in the middle, if I went for a different theme design. I could use this one instead. Maybe I could use this one. If I wanted information over on the right, perhaps I could use this one. So there's always a different layout, a different design that you could be using to likely accomplish what you want to accomplish without having to rearrange a lot of stuff that's on these pages. With that said, I'm going to use this one as an example here to show you how you might go through and make these changes to work for any type of niche website, especially an Amazon site. But really, this can work for anything. You're not limited to just using this software and these tactics for Amazon. To start with, this particular design that I've picked out, I have text over here on the left. I have a couple of basic design elements, these two different colored boxes, and then I have this underline down here. And then I also have my background image. So I usually like to start at the back and work my way forward. It makes things a lot easier a lot of times if you want to be stacking things on top of one another, especially. So if I didn't want to use this image of the orange juice, all I would need to do is click on background over here and begin searching for a new image. If I had a website about birds or photography or something like that, this would make a perfect fit. But you may not initially see something here by just scrolling through this list that is relevant to what your niche is about. For example, if I wanted to make something for my down comforter Amazon website, I would want perhaps a bed, maybe somebody sleeping, could be somebody who has just woken up and maybe they look pretty refreshed. There will be a variety of different possible kinds of images that I could use for that kind of a situation. I'll type in bed here just to see what I get. I get this particular image. However, as you can see, the parts of the image that are kind of important here. The person is kind of the focus of the image. If you can see this little thumbnail, well, you don't get to see it here because this stuff is blocking it. I could drag it to a different place, or I could simply choose a different theme if I really wanted to use this particular image. I could get a theme where the text was over on the right instead. For this particular one, though, I do want to stick with some kind of an image that is going to have my picture over here, or the main focus on the right-hand side instead of the left. So here's a couple of good examples. I have an alarm clock. This one actually works out perfectly with the arrangement of the design of this particular theme. So I can leave this as it is, and I could then proceed on to actually change my text. So I go through one line at a time now. And change this to a different saying for my niche, something that relates to my picture, the kinds of products that I'm selling. I can say wake up rested every day. Now, I could simply leave this as it is, as a cute, whimsical image. However, pretty much anything like this that you end up creating, I would really recommend tacking on your website name somewhere. So I could do some new text here. I click on text and then either small, medium, or big text to give me new text. And then I move this to a new location on my page. Now I can alter this. And then gear it for my website. I need to change my color, I can leave it at that slightly off-white color there just to give it a little bit of contrast with everything else. The whole point in including your website name somewhere on these creative niche images is, number one, when people see these images on your own website, you get the authority respect of people being able to say, hey, these are unique images that are created just for this website. It makes you look more professional. However, on the other part of it, number two, is that on Google image search, a lot of times people use Google image search to try to find images that they can reuse on their own website. So by including your domain name on there, you ensure that you get additional exposure if people happen to reuse your image. Otherwise, you either get that additional exposure or you get the extra traffic from people visiting you through Google image search. There's kind of those two different parts of traffic out there on Google image. People that end up going and visiting your website as a result of seeing it, and people that are just searching images to try to find things to use for their own website. So you can have a win-win here with creating these types of images, making your site look more professional, helping you get more traffic, and helping you get more exposure by getting these images out there on additional websites. Now I could continue on with my adjustments here if I wanted to and customize these two different colored areas if I wanted to make it fit with the overall look of the image that I have. This image is a little more purple toned, so by going a little more purple toned here with my color selections, it kind of blends it in with the image. I could even do more of a focus on the red if I wanted to. So as you can see, it's pretty easy to take one of these pre-built themes to modify it to fit perfectly with whatever niche it is that you are trying to create these graphics for. And so you should be able to create a pretty decent number of these in a short amount of time, if need be. Again, use these to spice up your website. Use them to not just create little whimsical images like what you might see here, but you can create informative, helpful images, images that give some key facts or key information about the article that you have on that particular page, as an example. So you can blend these in with your normal content to make your site experience that much better.